right, today's lesson is 8.2. We're going to multiply a polynomial by a monomial. And remember from our last lesson, polynomials are made up of terms that are monomials. So we're just going to be multiplying today. You guys, this should not be that bad. So objective one, we're just going to do that multiplication, and then we're going to solve equations involving the products of monomials and polynomials. So they're going to throw some word problems at you probably, is all that means. So here we go. To find the product of a monomial and a polynomial, use the distributive property. You guys understand how distributive property works. You've been doing this for a while now. All you have to do is multiply each of the terms inside the parentheses by the term that's outside the parentheses, right? So 5a squared times negative 4a squared. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. And then a squared times a squared is?
A to the fourth.
A to the fourth. When you multiply bases, add exponents. Okay? And then you've got a positive times a plus, so it's plus. 5 times 2 is 10, and a squared times a to the third. And then you've got a positive 5a squared times a minus, so it's going to be a minus 35 a squared. Because this is squared, this does not have a variable at all. So it's just 35a squared. And then if you can, simplify. This one does not simplify, so we're done. That really is all there is to it. Okay, another example of multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. Pay attention to your negative signs. Make sure that you get those worked out properly. So negative 6 times positive 3 is negative 18. D cubed times d to the fourth. D to the seventh. We're multiplying bases, add exponents. Negative times a minus would be a plus. 6 times 2, 12. D to the third times d to the third. D to the sixth. Negative times a minus again is a plus. 6d cubed times d. 6d to the fourth. And then a negative times a plus is a minus. 6 times 9, 54. D to the third. All right. Okay. Now we can, it's the same thing. It's still distribution. Now we've got more terms involved in our polynomials, so we're going to end up with the opportunity to simplify once we're done multiplying. Okay? So p times negative 4p squared. Negative 4p cubed, and then plus p times 5p. 5p squared. Now we have a minus 5 times 2p squared. Negative 10p squared. And then a minus times a plus is a minus 5 times 20 is 100. Now we can simplify these two middle terms, they both have the same exponents with the variables, so we can simplify. Negative 4p cubed minus 5p squared minus 100. Okay? All right, simplify this expression. Oh boy, 15y times 10x cubed y to the fifth. So 15 times 10 is 150. X cubed doesn't change, but what about the y value? Y to the sixth. Plus 15 times 5, 75. X squared y squared minus minus 2x squared y squared, and then a minus times a plus is minus 8x y squared. Okay, so identify terms that can be simplified.
Yes, 35 and 2.
Okay, the two middle terms, once again, can be simplified, just coincidentally there. So it's 150 x cubed y to the 6th plus 73 x squared y squared minus 8x y squared. Okay, just one term at a time in doing the multiplication. I mean, just don't worry about what everything else is as you're doing just one thing at a time. And then once you get here, just identifying those things that will simplify is really about all you can do. We also can solve equations. So in this case, by the time we're done, we're going to know what d equals. Okay? Solve the equation with polynomials on both sides. So first thing you have to do is simplify each side as far as you can. That means using distributive property first, then simplifying anything that will simplify, and then finally solving is kind of your last step. So d times d is d squared plus 3 times d is 3d minus d times d is d squared, and then a minus times a minus is a plus 4d, and that equals 9d minus 16. Simplify on this side, d squared minus d squared, those go away. 3d plus 4d, 7d. We're just combining like terms is all we're doing. And that equals 9d minus 16. Now what? Subtract 9d. So negative 2d equals negative 16. D equals 8. Holy smokes. One term at a time. I can't even hardly see the board up there. So it's 2a times 5a, 10a squared, minus 4a, plus 6a squared, plus 18a, plus 8, equals 4a squared plus a plus 12a squared minus 8a plus 50. Simplify anything that you can on each side of the equation. So 10a squared plus 6a squared, 16a squared. We have a minus 4a plus 18a. So it's plus 14a, and then plus 8. All right, then on the right side, we've got 4a squared plus 12a squared. 16a squared. We've got a minus 8a. So minus 7a plus 50. All right, now we can solve. So subtract 16a squared from both sides. And those cancel out, right? I'm gonna add 7a to both sides and subtract 8 from both sides. So that would be 21a equals 42. Divide 21, so a equals 2. All right. There's several of those on the worksheet. I don't. There might be one or two of them that are this long, but one term at a time. Don't try to look at the whole problem and find a shortcut around it. Do one term at a time. Simplify as you go, and it's really not that bad. You just got to keep it in order so that you don't get confused.